Hey everybody, welcome back to AMHS Student News. This is episode 3 of season 2. My name is Jack.
And I'm Simon.
Today we have quite the lineup for you. It's the 24th of October, right Simon?
It is the 24th.
I feel like we have some holiday coming up, but I just can't put my finger on it.
I think it's actually one of my favorite holidays.
Really?
Really, I think it's Halloween.
Oh, it's Halloween! That makes sense. Yeah, well luckily enough, I think Sloan and Lauren might have done a little bit of a segment on the backstory of Halloween.
What a coincidence.
I know, right?
It works out perfectly.
Alright, on to Sloan and Lauren for the Halloween segment.
Thanks, Jack and Simon. I'm Sloan.
And I'm Lauren.
Lauren, do you know what's next Thursday?
No, what's next Thursday?
Halloween.
What? That's crazy. How did we get to Halloween?
Well, Halloween. So if you take the word, hollow means holy, and een means eat. So it's the night before All Saints Day.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Lauren, did you know the myth about the jack-o'-lantern?
Now, what is the myth about the jack-o'-lantern?
So there's this guy from Ireland named Jack O'Lantern. And so he had a drink with the devil, and he didn't pay for his drink. So he had to make a deal with the devil. And the deal was that he wasn't allowed to go to hell or heaven. And so he stays in the earth when he died, and he's haunting the streets. And that's why we light up our jack-o'-lanterns to represent this idea.
Speaking of Halloween, though, are you dressing up?
I am. Are you?
I don't know.
Well, did you hear about the costume contest?
No, but now I have to dress up.
Yes, everyone has to come to school dressed up on Halloween because there will be a contest for the best costume. There are 3 categories you can win. You can win an individual costume, a duo costume, and a group costume. So everyone has to come dressed up for a chance to win.
Isn't there something else on Thursday?
I think there is. Isn't there trick-or-treating in the courtyard?
Yeah, with all the clubs, right?
Right. So go out to the courtyard, get some candy. Be a fun day.
Okay.
Yeah.
Back to you, Jack and Simon.
That was actually really interesting.
Yeah,
About
I
the
know.
origins of Halloween. I had no idea that's where it came from.
I know, like the jack-o'-lanterns, it's crazy, you know?
Speaking of Halloween, what are you gonna dress up as for the costume contest?
I'm thinking astronaut. It's kind of funny because, like, Simone and I actually just did a segment on the first ever female spacewalk, all-female spacewalk. So, I think we should go to that right now. Jack and Simone. Alright, thanks Jack and Simon. So, as I'm sure they've told you, we are going to be talking about the first all-female spacewalk that occurred just this past Friday. Astronauts Christina Koch and Jessica Meyer. They went on a routine spacewalk. I believe they fixed a rechargeable battery on the outside of the International Space Station. But this event is important mainly because of its historical significance. We brought in our expert Simone to talk a little bit more about it.
Yeah, I think it's really cool that 2 women were able to do this for the first time ever. Meyer and Koch have been training together for 6 years now.
6 years?
6 years, yeah.
That's crazy.
They became astronauts in 2013, and fun fact, Meyer actually wrote in her senior yearbook that her biggest goal was to complete a spacewalk.
Seriously?
And now she did it.
I mean, there you go.
So,
Can't get much better
Keep
than that.
working, your goals will come true.
Alright, that's all we have today on
Thanks for having
the
me.
all-female spacewalk. Yeah, of course, Simone, you're welcome to come anytime. And I guess back to me and Simon. Oh,
Jack, stop staring out of space. We got a segment to record.
sorry. I get distracted sometimes.
You need to be more focused. We got a job to do.
Yeah, I should really take after people like Cade. He's pretty focused. You know, he actually already got accepted to the United States Naval Academy.
Really?
Mm-hmm. I think Lucas is going to do an interview with him.
Well, I think that sounds pretty interesting. Let's go watch that.
Alright, Cade and Lucas.
Hi, I'm Lucas, and I'm here with Cade, who was recently accepted into the Naval Academy. So, Cade, what prompted you to apply to the Naval Academy?
Mostly, my dad served in the Navy for 30 years, and I've just been in and around the Navy all my life, and I've just loved it, so I thought I'd go for it.
That's awesome. How did you go through the application process?
Well, all of the academy applications are really complicated. You have to have like a medical exam by like a government official, do a fitness exam, and on top of that, a normal application with a bunch of essays and recommendations, so it's really complicated.
Wow, that sounds like a lot. So what would you say your stress levels were like during the application process?
It was really high, but I'm not much of a procrastinator when it comes to applications, so I got a lot of it done pretty early, so I was sitting pretty.
Let's go back to Jack and Simon.
That was a really interesting spotlight. I enjoyed that.
Yeah, that was really cool. You know, speaking of spotlights, you know who's really been coming up on the music scene recently is Frank Ocean.
Oh yeah, he is back in the spotlight after he just re-released his new single.
Oh wow, that's really cool.
Yeah.
Didn't you and Dan do a music segment on that?
We did on Frank Ocean and some other unreleased albums that are dropping soon.
I guess we're gonna have to cut to Simon and Dan.
What's up, guys? We're back for another week of music segment with the only consistent member on this team, Daniel. I'm here with Simon. Simon, how are you doing?
Doing well by yourself.
Pretty good, pretty good. So this week, we're going to talk about 2 new singles that dropped. One is called Haagen-Dazs, and it dropped by a group named Ghetto Sage. Some of you might know the members, who are Smino, Sala, and No Name, all coming from Chicago. Another artist that dropped this week was Frank Ocean. Frank Ocean's a pretty ambiguous character, as he hasn't dropped a full project since 2016 with his album Blonde. Hopefully this means that there's a new album in our future. However, DHL, even if it stands alone as a single, was a great song.
Another rumored album drop that is coming soon is Whole Lotta Red by Playboi Carti. This was rumored to come out last Friday, as Playboi Carti put out an Instagram post that cryptically said less than 48 hours. However, his girlfriend later confirmed this was just to signal that he would begin recording in less than 48 hours, and the full album does not have a release date yet.
Alright, that's Dan and Simon signing off.
Thank you, Simon and Dan, for hitting us up with that pretty cool music segment on Frank Ocean.
Speaking of oceans, I got a pretty interesting joke I think you'll like, Jack.
All right, let's hear it.
Why is the ocean so salty?
I don't know.
Because the beach never waves back.
Oh, that's hilarious. Thank you for joining us on this episode of AMHS Student News.